All right, traders, I am back again, and yes, it has been a while. Haven't been putting out a lot of stuff on YouTube lately, but I plan to start putting more videos out. Thing is, I've been really busy with all my other things, and plus I have members that I have to take care of, so I take care of my members before I take care of anyone else, and then do everything else after that, right? But yes, it's been a while, and I just wanted to get to you and show you some trading opportunities that we have here. And they're based off of what we call the C-clamp. And basically, they would be called the rolling dragon, but I just call them the C-clamp. So you'll know that as a C-clamp. Now, I'm not going to be showing you every detail of this trade, but I'm going to show you this trade set up based off of three pairs: the Euro US dollar, New Zealand dollar yen, US dollar Swiss franc, and the US dollar yen. And then I'm going to look at a euro pound trade opportunity, well, that we've missed, but I'm going to show you some ways that we like to look at trading with the Ichimoku. And then also I'm going to give you an offer to become a member of my site for 1 year for a holiday special that we have. Usually 1 year for a membership is $500, but it's $250 for you to become a member right now between now and January 1st. What you get with membership, I'll talk about that a little later and show you everything that you get. But I want to talk about these trading opportunities first. So right now we have 4 good trading opportunities with a C-clamp, and C-clamps happen because the market is out of equilibrium. The market's starting to get, most people say oversold or overbought, whichever, either or. So in this case, we're looking at the Euro US dollar on a daily time frame. What's happened here is we have this support level down here. The market formed this big C-clamp. This happens when you have your Kijinsen here, this blue line, and your Tenkan-sen. They usually like to stay close together most of the time, and the market likes to stay pretty much closer to Kijinsen, which is the blue line. When it gets away from Kijinsen, we're getting out of equilibrium, and the market likes to pull back to that level. All right. Well, in this case, your Tenkan-sen and Kijinsen, they like to stay close to each other because they are married to each other, and they love to be close to each other. So when they separate from each other, they want to get back to each other, and in order for that to happen, the market has to get back in equilibrium. Therefore, we look for a trade to the upside. So what happens, first thing is, you form this low here with these fractals. You can see I use fractals most of the time. And then what happens is you get a flat Kijinsen. When you get that flat Kijinsen, you can look for the market to move back to the upside or to the downside. You're going to try to move back to that level. Now, a lot of times I show my traders to box this market in, and then we look for a level to trade. Well, this case, the C-clamp is on the daily time frame. That's what you want to see. You want to see it on the daily time frame. Then you're going to go to the 4-hour time frame and trade that C-clamp. So now here, it looks kind of hard to trade this one because we haven't, the first trade entry is going to be above this fractal level here. Now we're going to wait, because what we need to wait for, you're going to get another fractal here. So I'm going to move my support level here because 4-hour time frame will move a little bit. So that's my support level. We're looking, the market's not going to go much lower than that point we're looking at. Now I could trade a bounce off of this level and trade to the upside. Now with the 4-hour time frame here, you could see Ichimoku is flat. You don't look at trading a flat market with Ichimoku pretty much. I'm looking at trading fractals. So what I'm going to look for is a new fractal to develop, and once that new fractal develops, that's when I'm going to take my trade to the upside. Now there's a lot more to this trade, but it's a simple trade. All right, but I want to teach you that trade. You're going to have a chance to really learn that trade and discuss that trade in our chat room. You can see we pretty much had a big session today. Just ended the session and just started talking right now about C-clamp. You can see here some of my members in the session talking about the session was pretty good. We just got over the session. So this is one thing you would get if you become a member. You become you'll be invited to our chat room here, so you'll be able to be in this chat room. But anyway, you could see here, this is the C-clamp based off of the 4-hour time frame. Now you don't see that disequilibrium, but you do see the market in a range here, and that's all shown off of your 4-hour, off of your daily time frame. More than likely, once you get that big move, you're going to get the market sideways or ranging, and then you get a pullback, and then maybe you get a move back to the downside. Our pullback in our C-clamp is usually going to be a counter trend trade. So even if I just looked at trading it on the daily time frame, I go to the 4-hour time frame because I want to get a better entry. But my daily time frame entry would be above this fractal level here, and that's where I would enter and trade up to this point. Now there's a lot of different points I could look at trading. I could look at trading to the fractal level here. All right, or I could trade to this Kijinsen, back to the Kijinsen. Market gets back to equilibrium, and they're pretty close to each other, so that's where I would trade to right here, get a bounce off of this level and trade up to this point. All right, so that's looking at a C clamp, and the reason we call that C clamp, you could see how tight they are, and then they separate and make a big C. Looks like a big C clamp. You'll see it better on some of these other trades that we look at. So let's go to the New Zealand dollar yen, and these are active trades. Now what I'm going to do, it's not an active trade yet, but basically the setup is active. The trigger is not active yet. We do have a signal, but we're going to be waiting on our trigger, so we'll wait for the trigger. We'll post that on YouTube once we get into the trade and set that trigger up and show you guys how we entered that trade. So now we're going to go to the New Zealand Dollar JPY. And again, this isn't one of the greatest C clamps here either. Also, I want to show you a better C clamp. There's a couple, because what I like to see is this tightness with the Kijinsen and Tenkan-sen. You saw it on my last, on the Euro US dollar, okay? You saw the nice, how close they were together. So let's go back to that Euro US dollar. You can see how close they stayed together for a couple days here, because these are daily candles. So pretty much 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost 8 days, almost for a whole week, this were tight together. And then the separation here, the market never really dropped much farther, but see, your Tenkan-sen and Kijinsen got much farther apart. The market's not dropping and they're getting farther apart. That's showing me something's going on here. And then the market's more than likely going to move to the upside, get back in equilibrium, and you got your trade, your counter trend trade. So I like to see this. That's mainly one thing, how tight they are there. And then my next thing with here, you can see they were tight for a second here. Not really like we've seen before, but you can see the distance we got on Kijinsen. Now that's a good thing, because what happens now is we flatten out and we find our top. There's our top so far, and we flattened out. Now we want to find our trigger, our entry. All right, so currently you're looking at the daily time frame. We don't have an entry yet, and I need to see some fractal levels, but we'll go to the 4-hour time frame, because that's how we want to enter, because more than likely we could get a better entry on the 4-hour time frame. Now we close below this fractal level here, and I like that trade to the downside, so I would look to trade that. My stop loss is going to be way up here. This triggered us with the close below that fractal level, and then you're going to get a crossover and market move to the downside. Now you're going to say to me, why am I trading above the cloud and I'm trading different rules and all that? No, I'm not trading different rules. I'm really trading the daily time frame. So what I could do, guys, because I don't like to confuse people, I'm still leaving Ichimoku on the chart, but really what I would do, this daily time frame, I'm trading a counter trend trade, pullback. So I know that, and in order not to confuse anyone, I could take this right off the table after I already figured out my bias. I already know what I want to do. I know it's a counter trend trade based off of what we see happening here. I'm getting a lot of indication of what the market may do based off of the cloud here and based off of my Tenkan-sen and Kijinsen, all right, and this equilibrium with the market. Now when I take this off of the chart and I go to the 4-hour time frame, now I'm just trading what the market's going to show me. The market's going to show me how to enter, because we're going to get this little close below this fractal here, and then we'll look for the market to go lower. This is my stop up here, then we're going to trade to the downside. Now we're going to look for targets where we're going to trade to. One target's going to be this level here. Next target will be here. Now see, when I put Ichimoku back on the chart, I can use my Tenkan-sen as my Kijinsen level as my targets, because the market wants to get back in equilibrium. But that's basically the C clamp, and you will learn a ton about this trade. I have it posted. We have educational videos on the members section. You'll be able to look at those. Let's go to the next trade. Is going to be the US dollar Swiss franc, another C clamp. So we're focusing basically on the C clamp trade today. All right, so here's another one. I already have this marked out because we were discussing this earlier. You can see how tight it was here. See how tight they were together, and then look how big this is. You could see that looks just like a C, doesn't? You know those C clamps that you use to clamp things together when you're working? That's what that looks like, and that's why we call it a C clamp. Really, it's a rolling dragon if we use Ichimoku terms, but we call it a C clamp. So now what I'm looking for, if I just use the daily time frame, I'm looking for a trade of a close below that fractal level, and I'm going to look to trade to these points right here. I'm going to look for a target at this point, and I'm going to look for a target at this point. All right, but now what I like to do is go to the 4-hour time frame and get a better entry. Now we haven't discussed all the aspects of the trade, how to enter and everything, But you see this market's sideways, so there's a ton of things I could do with this pair. We wanted to take Ichimoku off so we don't confuse you guys, but we take it off. Now what I look for is to trade the range to the downside. So I want to get a bounce off of this upper level if the market moves back to that point. But normally if it's sideways here, so yeah, this is what I'm looking to trade because my bias is to the downside based off of the C clamp and the market disequilibrium. Now if we didn't get to that point, I'm looking to trade below the fractal level, and I would trade it down to these levels here. All right, so let's watch and see if that happens, and watch it in a few days. You'll see where we are. All right, now the market could pierce and come back up here. That's why I like to make sure of my close below those points here. We discussed that in our session this evening, but that's what we're looking at. Another C-clamp trade. The market sideways. We get a move to the upside, we range to the sideways, and then we're going to look for the market to drop. Now if I can get a trade off of the top level here, that's what I'm going to be looking to trade. All right, so now we're going to go to the US dollar JPY. It's going to be the last C-clamp that we look at for this time period. But you can see again, US dollar JPY daily time frame. Guys, look how tight that is. And if you go back, just look at all your charts with Ichimoku on them. You don't see the market get this far apart. You don't see Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen get this far apart. And when they do, normally what happens is either the market stays up here in ranges until they catch up, or the market comes up here and then drops to the downside, gets back in equilibrium, then moves to the upside. Then we'll go back to the bias. Now on this here, we want to see, there's a couple things a couple ways to trade this C-clamp. Now I'm going to tell you one entry is when we get a close below this Kijun-sen here, but this is the daily time frame. I like to get a better entry than what we have here. So I want to mark this top level because this is going to be my basically where I'm looking for the market not to go much any higher than that level. So I go to the 4-hour to get a better entry than what I could get on the daily, quite possibly. Now with this 4-hour, I would have been in the trade already, but we could still get into this trade because you're going to see a TK crossover. You probably see once you get a bear fractal here, we want to trade below that bear fractal, and you could even wait for the Kumo breakout and so forth, and you know where our levels are. We're going to look for the levels. Let's put the levels that we're looking for the market to move to. Now the first level I'm going to look for, and there's nothing more on my side here. I go to the left to find my targets. All right, so I'm going to start to look more to the closer levels. This is going to be one level, all right, because we want to definitely see the market get below that point for sure. And then we could definitely look at another level. We have to wait to see the market get down to this Kijun-sen way down here. But in the meantime, we may see something develop where we look to take our profit even sooner. But that's the level, and this is the main level that we're looking for the market to pull back to. All right, so basically guys, what I'm looking for, now we'll go back to the 4-hour. Let's take Ichimoku off the chart because we don't really need it now. We already got our bias from the daily. We're trading the daily. We're just entering on the 4-hour. We would have been in the trade already because we closed below these fractal levels, and that's what we're looking for to trade this. So we know we would at least trade down to this point, right? Because this, if we do that, that's going to make us into a range level, which would be in this area. So let's mark that range. At least this will become a range if we can't get through that point, right? So the market will come back down and hit this level and then stay up in a range, and then that would be a range, but we're looking to get lower than that. So we already should have been in the trade with the break of the fractal here. We're late to the party, but you could still get the entry here because we're going to watch to see if we get another move up to this point and then maybe a drop. We'll just wait to see what price action tells us from this point on. All right, but we got our bias off of that daily, and we know it's a counter trend trade. We know that it's an equilibrium trade. We know that we see big signs of what the market does when we're in a when you get your Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen separating that much. When those big separations like that, guys, those are big signals for you. I mean, you just see that all the time with this Ichimoku. All right, so the last trade I want to look at is it's not a C-clamp trade. It's just a trade that I want to show you that we normally look at for trading with Ichimoku. It's going to be one of our most popular trades. Is you get a Tenkan-sen bounce here, as you could see. We're not in this trade either because we haven't traded this week really. We didn't make any real trades, so we weren't really. I wasn't trading myself because I had some other obligations, but missed out on a C-clamp trade here. What the market is telling me, I got a TK crossover, everything's bearish, got a future that's bearish. Okay, so you got a future that's bearish. Your TK crossover right here is bearish because the blue is your Kijinsen, the green is your Tenkan-sen. They crossed each other to the downside. Your price is below the cloud and Chiku spans below the price and the cloud. Everything is bearish here, so we want to trade to the downside. Once you have all those signals, you bounce back to Kijinsen, to this Tenkan-sen here, the green line here, and then we look for price action to enter once we bounce off of that level, and then you had an entry here. Also, we could look for our fractal breaks, and we're in a trade. We're looking for this thing to trade down to this level here where we got this little sideways, we got this little trend line here, because this is kind of like a bullish channel here. So the market's moving to the upside, should see the market at least come down to that point. So when we go to the 4-hour time frame, you'll see. So I would be trading that daily bounce. Now if I looked for the 4-hour time frame, guys, there's so many times you could see bounces off of this Kijinsen and Tenkan-sen levels. You could see we had a nice bounce here, and this was based off of price action. Again, we're looking for a trade off of that level, because here you got nice bounce here, tweezer top, and then you get a dark cloud cover and a trade to the downside. Fractal break here, trading down to your trend line here. Let's see if we could pull that thing up. There it is, way down there. Okay, so that's what we would be looking at. That's what we'd be looking to trade down to that point. So there's so many different trades. That's just one of the trades. We have so many different trades with Ichimoku and so many different opportunities to get in the market, and it's high probability trades. That's what you're looking for, high probability trades. We're not just looking to get into the market just because. When we get into the market, we want it to be a high probability trade with we know our risk right off the bat, you know, and we see setups that we see all the time. So it just gives you more confirmation. But I think, guys, it's always good to have something that you fall back on. So Ichimoku is something that I always have to fall back on, especially for beginners. You're not going to be able to just come into the market and just trade. You have to have some way of learning. So while you're learning, you learn a system that helps you to understand a whole bunch more about the market. You know what I'm saying? So once you learn about that market, then you can expand your horizons. You can start to do other things, but you always have that system that helps you to trade and understand what's going on with the market. All right, while you study support and resistance, while you study fractals, while you study price action and so forth. Now, becoming a member on my site, you're going to learn price action, because we have a price action video course. We have 2 Ichimoku courses. One is your basic Ichimoku and one is your Japanese techniques. So you'll learn both. You can, once you become a member, you can get into any of those courses and study them and take the test, and you'll be a member for 1 year and be able to you know, access all of that. You'll be able to access the chat room that I just showed you. You'll be able to access our forum. We have a forum, and I give each member a journal inside the forum if you want it. So you can post all your trades. You can talk to other members about your trades. You can show your trades, all of that. All right, so you could do that. And what else are you going to offer? So I'm going to show you my website real quick. And that's part of my website. These are members that are inside taking the course. This is the basic Ichimoku course, and you can see the members in here take the course, and I have control of being able to set members up and take care of things for them if they have issues. But this is what I'm offering, is a holiday special for FX at One Glance Elite membership for 1 year, $250 per year. Okay, and it's gonna be from now until January 1st. I am offering you this holiday special. You can become an elite member for 1 year for $250. Usually it's $500 a year for the membership. Right now it's going to be $250, and you get everything you get. We have webinars. Just had a webinar. So that's what we're talking about, a live session. That's what we were talking about in the chat room, because we had a live webinar session, and we have videos that we post on the website. So let's go to, if you were becoming a member and you wanted to get into the course, once you sign up, you become a member, you're in the course, you click here to get into your course, right? So once you get into your course, you can see the courses that I have in here right now. And if you wanted to go start your course, once you pay, it automatically puts you in the course. You're automatically in. So you could start any of these courses that you want. Ichimoku Advanced Japanese Techniques, High Probability Price Action Video Course, your Ichimoku Online Video Course. This is my main course here. This is the main course that you want to start off looking at and understanding. So if you clicked on it, you could just go, all right, because my site's a little bit slow right now because I don't know why. But anyway, you click, I finished the course already. So for me, it's a little different, but you would click there to start the course. And then you see I'm all the way at the bottom, but here's all here's all that you get in the course. In this main Ichimoku course, you get risk management, all about Ichimoku. You got to take the quizzes now, so you got to take the quiz. But here, this is the video. So here I would just watch the video. All right, I'm on video 11. It says trading Ichimoku with Heikinashi. And that would be way down here. That's the last one, right? That's the last one. And after that, that's the end of the course. But you could see all the subjects offered in this course. All about Ichimoku, price action signals and triggers, TK crossover trade strategies, Ichimoku Kumo breakout strategies, and so forth, guys. This is what you would do if you remember. You watch your video, and then you take your test. All these check marks mean that I've done that already for this whole course, okay? So that's what you would do. And then if you're in the members area, you go to the weekly market forecast videos. Every video that I do for the market videos is going to be in there. I do a weekly video for that. And I have trade setups posted here where I post setups for trades. And then I have my educational videos in here where we talk about things like the C-clamp trade. You can learn more about it if you're inside of the educational video section. And then basically our forum, you go to the forum here. I'm not going to go there. Then you have the blog. I started the blog over from new. I wanted to have, because I started the blog over from new because I want everyone to be able to access the blog, even non-members. So I deleted everything that was not for everyone to look at. But now some things will be for just members, but I want this to be more for everyone, not just members. And then I have my FX Vibe, that's a blog also, and then the services I offer, and then become a member. If you want to become a member, this is all you do is click this point here and you become a member for $250 and you get a lot. And I'm here to help you all the time. You just click purchase this membership. All right. And it'll take you to purchase the membership. And this tells you what you get with the membership. All right. You get all this stuff with the membership. And guys, so much more than this really. All right. So that's it, guys. This is what I'm offering you. I'm sure that this stuff would help you out. I am sure that it will help you out because it's helped so many other people. And that's going to be it, guys. Hopefully that even if you don't become a member, you know, just looking at my videos, hopefully they helped you out. Hopefully just looking at the things that I teach you will help you out to become a better trader. And you know, that's it. Just want to be out here helping people out. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy trading. I enjoy teaching. I enjoy the Ichimoku system, period. I enjoy all aspects of the market. So that's what I feel I should be doing, and that's what I do to help you guys out. If it helps you out, great. If it's not helping you, then let me know what I could be doing more of to help you. All right. But other than that, guys, I'm done. Don't miss out on my holiday special. As I said, get a chance to become a member. I want to grow the chat room super big and just get more members in there. We have a ton of members already, and we want to make that thing active, very active throughout. We're active now, but we just want everyone, you know, we want to make a big chat room, big live sessions and all that. All right. So catch the holiday special from now until January 1st, and then we'll end that and it'll go back to the regular price of $500 per year. All right, that's it, guys. I'm going to close out, but guys, I hope I helped you out. I hope I'm blessing you. And you know, if you need to get in touch with me, there was a lot of times people would try to contact me, and this was not sending the messages to me. I've just fixed that now too. This is actually what was happening was when they clicked this and send it to me, it would send a message to me, but it never would tell me the person's email. It just had what they were saying, and I could never respond back or get back. So I had to change some things here, and now I got this working right. So if you contact me, and let me know whatever you want to know. I have your email there, and then I'll be able to respond back. Before, I couldn't respond back to people, and it was so frustrating. I was like, I can't respond back, so I had to take care of that and fix that. But yeah, now I can. All right, so if you need to get in touch with me, contact us, and my email is chaostrader63 at fx at one glance. All right, have a great one, guys. Until next time, God bless. So long.